Alright guys, welcome back to another Couch Talks. Today I think we're going to be talking about the new Animal Crossing, New Horizons, right?
Yes.
So this is kind of my first real serial foray into the Animal Crossing games. I played one on the 3DS briefly, which was pretty fun, but I didn't really get past like logging in and creating my character, and I don't think I even ever got past a tent in it.
Just means you didn't log in twice.
Yeah. So the new Animal Crossing is interesting because it is local multiplayer, which was kind of what really drew me to it, because it makes it, as like a community game. It makes it feel a lot more like a community, especially if you can play with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your friends or your family or housemates or whatnot. This is our first day playing it. We just finished playing it maybe an hour ago. And
we're recording this on the 20th, which is the day it came out.
Yeah, yep. So we wanted to, I think, first talk about some of the key differences.
Yeah, you wanted to explain what Animal Crossing is
Right,
first.
So it is a community game by Nintendo that has been on a lot of their consoles.
Yes. Animal Forest released in Japan on the Nintendo 64, which was basically like a prototype of the concept. Very limited game. And then Animal Crossing, which is the first full Animal Crossing game, really. You can fight me on that. Was on the GameCube, which was also released outside of Japan.
Okay.
Basically, Animal Forest, they worked on it and then realized that the Nintendo 64 just didn't do what they wanted. And the GameCube was coming out anyway, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I've not really messed with the Animal Crossing games, so I couldn't tell you.
And then, so that was Animal Crossing. And then there's...
What are you trying to say?
What's the name of it? The one on the DS.
Oh, I don't know.
But not the 3DS.
I have no idea.
Man. There's Animal Crossing, insert cool subtitle, on the Nintendo DS. And then it was Wild World, there we go. And then there was City Folk on the Wii. And then there was New Leaf, which I think is the one that the most people got into, which was on the 3DS.
Yeah, I mean, I've had fun playing this one so far today. This is, Animal Crossing Day 1. And, so I guess, what kind of differences are there between this Animal Crossing and some of the previous ones? Obviously, it has multiplayer, but beyond that.
You can put furnishings outside. You can just take your radio and put it on a cardboard box in front of your tent, which I did. And then also you can place them pretty much anywhere in town. There's a couple spots, the plaza has to stay clear, and you can't put them in front of doors. But, yeah, I decorated one of the villagers' houses with tiki torches, because it's the only, that was the only thing I could craft by the time we got around to it. We don't start with anything, really.
Yeah, so
the shop is really small, but you start with the shop, which has, a workbench in it. And then, there's no post office, there's no museum, there's pretty much not anything yet. So I'm looking forward to unlocking that stuff. We get our museum tomorrow.
Yeah, we pretty much farmed everything that could be farmed for the day, and said that was decided that was enough. We did try it with 3 players though, in total. My sister played some, and but yeah, it worked overall. That worked very well, but we'll get into that here in just a moment.
Yeah. And then the other thing was we only started with 2 villagers.
Yeah.
It's very small. The past games have pretty much been, this community already exists and now you're a part of it, and then this one is kind of
you're building
you have to build it from the ground up, more or less.
Yeah. Yeah, which is kind of interesting. Personally, I like that a little bit more almost.
Yeah.
But I do find it hard in the last couple, or the previous Animal Crossing that I played and this one, to kind of get my start. like after you get done with basically all the tutorials and like here's your house / tent shack thing and all that stuff. Once you get past all that, it's open-ended. So just like finding stuff to do, if you have trouble being self-motivated in those kind of games, it could be a problem.
Yeah. No, it's definitely like you start up the game and it's just do whatever you want. Do you want to go like cut down all the trees? Don't do that, please. But you can if you want.
As far as I can tell, at least so far, I haven't been able to cut down any trees.
That's true. We haven't been able to cut down any trees in this one. You get wood by just like hacking out a tree. So I thought the tree would fall over, but it doesn't.
It does only provide
also
3
the whole
wood.
crafting system really is new. There was like a limited crafting system in New Leaf, but this is like you craft pretty much everything as far as I can tell so far.
A lot more in depth.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't put items in the recycle bin is one of the big differences that we have written down here.
Yeah, so I was the active player. There's like the leader and then everybody else. And so I went to the recycle bin and I just picked up everything thinking that when I was done I could put them back in, and CJ was like, but those were my sticks because we had just started it up. So we were just collecting like tree branches and stuff, and I was like, no, it's fine, I'll put them back in. Oh.
Which, I mean, is fine, because branches are basically an unlimited resource as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
But overall, the multiplayer is pretty fun. Works pretty well. It's kind of the classic, like, you all share one screen, and if you get too far off of it, you get teleported to the main player. Fortunately, it is very easy to switch the active player. Extremely easy. You just, like, shake the controller, and then one of the other players says, oh, I'll become the active player. Mm-hmm. And there's another way to do it as well, but we just always shook the controller.
Yeah.
Although a limited split screen option would be kind of nice, I feel like, even if it was only once.
Like the Lego games.
Yeah.
Where you're on the same screen until one person gets too far away, and then the screen just kind of splits until they come back.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes you'll be fishing and then you'll get teleported over or something.
Yeah, so unless the active player is kind of paying attention, you can start fishing, and then all of a sudden you're off the screen and you don't know what you're doing, and you've missed out on your fish or whatnot. So that's kind of lame, but overall I would say that it works extremely well.
Yeah.
But yeah, only the leader has the inventory as well. Everything that all the other players pick up goes to the recycle bin, which is kind of a clever little way to handle it gets rid of the competition for items.
Yeah,
to an extent.
It prevents Timmy and Tommy from fighting each other over all the resources and screaming in your house. That's what it does.
I mean, they're probably still going to do it, but it tries to resolve that issue as best as it can. I think that's the only other thing that we have left to talk about is some of the new interface options. So in this one they give you a smartphone to manage all your or most of your achievements and stuff like that, and be able to contact the other players to pull them into the game, mm-hmm. and a whole ballywhack of various other things that you can do with it. Zill was saying that the smartphone felt too real for her.
Yes. I didn't, you'll open an app and it'll be like, blah, blah, blah. I don't have an example, but especially, so, for your first house upgrade, and it looks like this is just for getting the actual house and not for everything else, but for getting the house the first time, you pay in miles instead of bells, which is the game's normal currency, and miles are basically achievement points.
Well, you can pay with either one. It's actually just easier, so far that we've seen, to buy your first...
I didn't see a way to pay in bells.
Yeah, they say that you can, so I'm assuming that, once you have the bells, you'll be able to, but, in total, I think between the three of us, we have maybe 12,000 bells tops. Maybe.
Spent a lot on the slingshot because we couldn't figure out how to unlock everything. We couldn't figure out how to unlock the axe for the longest time, which you need for half the recipes. But
yeah.
Anyway, Yeah, it'd just be, you'd be in there and be talking about, like, how great the Miles system is, and, like, oh, you should go do this thing, because it's super cool, and it was just like, this actually just feels like a weird phone app, like one of those sleazy reward apps that never actually pays you out or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, it weirded me out. Like, it was clever, but I was also like, can we make it... Can we tone it down a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I for one thought it was a really clever way to, because like even most even like 3-year-olds or 2-year-olds are like comfortable using their parents' phone that I've ever met. So like it was a very clever way to appeal to all audiences. It also gives you a like in-game reason to have a way to keep track of all that stuff rather than just be like access your menu. You know. So, I mean, in that way, I thought it was really cool, but it does feel very real. Like, you literally, like, when you unlock a new app, it downloads to your phone. You see a little download bar go across it and everything else. It's kind of interesting.
And you even get notifications on it. So,
Yeah.
you have an icon at the top left of the screen.
And it's a not Apple phone, by the way. It's
a Nook phone. It looks exactly like an iPhone, but it's a Nook phone. But yeah, you have an icon at the top left of your screen, that's your phone, and if you don't have any notifications, it's blank, and then it'll, like, have basically the icon, but as the full screen for whatever app you have notifications in. Then you open it up, and your app list is there, and it has a little notification circle, like, it's very...
Yeah. It sounds like Noel's trying to get Edda to play.
It does. Or trying to get Chelsea to play or something.
Yeah, poor puppy. Anyway. So I think the most exciting thing that happened to me while we were playing is we found an espresso machine.
Yes, it fell out of a tree.
Yes, apparently that one of the residents likes to hide furniture in trees. So shake those trees, baby. Shake them good. But I found that a lot of fun, especially because I really like coffee. I'm sure you've seen me here with my coffee mug relatively often. What was the most exciting thing that happened for you when we were playing?
I was trying to figure out how to get the shovel because I wanted to find the money rock. And then CJ ate a cherry and hit a rock with an axe and it exploded and there were 8,000 bells in it or something.
Oh, yeah. I just kind of hit the rock with an axe on a lark, actually. I didn't even think it would work.
I didn't expect it to work either. You're supposed to hit it with a shovel.
Anyway, that's our Animal Crossing Day 1 New Horizons. So, you know, if you guys have any thoughts or anything to add to your first experience with Animal Crossing, regardless of which one, please toss it below. We'd love to hear it. And don't forget to like that video and share and subscribe and all of that jazz. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh.